So, you like racing games? You have been using the same controller for a very long time, and you have now finally decided that you want to jump deeper into the racing game rabbit hole. Upgrading to a wheel setup and investing more into sim racing is a fun and exciting hobby, which can get a bit daunting and very expensive very quickly. So in today's video, I'll be sharing the best budget sim racing setups for any budget out there. But before we begin, each budget will be split into 3 groups: wheels, pedals and stand. I will also be showing the prices of the products as if they were new. However, I do recommend looking online to find used in good condition products if they're available, as you could save money doing so. I will also consider the platform that you are playing on, whether it's Xbox, PlayStation or PC, but for the sake of costs, I will not be including the platform prices here, as everyone has different tastes and different platforms that they use. Right then, let's get on to the first one. To start off, we have the most affordable and honestly the most ideal place to start your sim racing journey. Not spending too much money on your setup, but it still remains a very accessible place to start. You have 2 wheel options here. One is the Thrustmaster T128. This wheel is Thrustmaster's entry-level wheel. It uses a hybrid gear and belt-driven force feedback setup, but it does cut corners in areas such as build quality. It is a very plastic fantastic finish, and you only get 2 pedals, which isn't a deal breaker for most. But if you want a mix of quality, support and immersion, then you should take a look at the iconic Logitech G29 and G920 wheels, as these wheels are the way to go. 10 years into their production, they still have the classic dual motor force feedback setup, but the overall accessibility and build quality makes the wheels feel very solid. Not to mention, it has 3 pedals and an additional shifter for just €50 more. However, as these wheels more or less max out the budget, we don't have the cash for a stand, but that's okay, as the G29 has a built-in desk clamp, so an additional stand isn't needed. If you fancy a CarPod Go Mini or a T3 Pro, then click the link in the description below and use the discount code The Ferrari Guy at the checkout for $50 off your order. Support the channels that support the Ferrari Guy, and we can all work together to make this channel grow. So let's say you now have some experience in sim racing. You have a few years under your belt and you want to move on from your beloved Logitech G29. Or you just have way too much money. Now, with nearly €650 saved, you can really put together one hell of a setup. Starting off with the wheels. At this budget, Fanatec and Direct Drive come into the fray, with the CSL DD and DD Pro wheels. Depending on what console you're using, the prices vary on the wheel's compatibility. Starting off with the cheapest Fanatec offerings for PC, the CSL DD QR2 Ready to Race bundle is €380. If you want the same but with Xbox compatibility, then that will set you back €480. And the PlayStation equivalent is the DD Pro, which is what I use, and it starts off at €650. Another fast rising sim racing brand is Moza, which has a selection of wheel bundles available as well. As it stands, Moza does not support PlayStation, which is a letdown to some of the gamers here. But if you don't play on that console, then the entry level is the R3, which starts off at a very impressive €299 for the PC version and €359 for the Xbox compatible version. There is also the more powerful R5, which has similar bundles, and these vary from €419. However, the R5 is PC only. Thrustmaster and recently Turtle Beach also include direct drive options. Starting off with the Thrustmaster T598, a new direct drive variant. It has all the compatibilities of all platforms of past Thrustmaster wheels. It is a much more premium feeling wheel and also benefits from being quite powerful compared to the R3. It matches the performance of the entry level DD Pro and CSL DD, but undercuts the Fanatec on price as well, starting at just €499. The Turtle Beach Velocity 1 KD3 wheel is also a game changer, bringing affordable direct drive racing to the masses with its entry level wheel, which starts at just €349. However, as of making this video, it's currently on sale. It could be yours for just €249. However, for a better driving feel and performance, you can get a better wheel and pedal setup known as the Velocity 1 for €499. which is the current on sale price, as the regular price is €699. Fanatec DD Pro matching performance with a much lower price tag. Now on to the wheel stand. As these wheels are more powerful, your poor desk won't be able to survive trauma. I would recommend the GT Omega Apex stand. This is a versatile, easy to fold, and it can be fitted with a chair holder thingy. And it has wheels. All of this starts at €129, and I will admit, as you can see from the video, this is the stand that I use. So with all of these wheels available at this price point, you can definitely undercut the €650 budget with all of the prices that I have mentioned. If you want a reminder of all the prices, you can see them all on screen right now. You now have years of experience, you've even got an iRacing subscription and additional DLC, and you have become a very competitive racer looking for consistency and a dedicated space. Or like I mentioned earlier, you've simply got too much money. All of the wheels that I have shown you just won't do it anymore, so now we need to bring out the big guns. Thankfully, the wheel stand I recommended should suffice here, so that leaves around €850 to spend on the essentials. Back to Fanatec, the CSL DD and DD Pro are options with the additional 8Nm upgrade, which is what I have. This will bring the cost to €719 for the CSL DD QR2 Ready to Race F1 edition, and €749 for the 8Nm DD Pro. The Gran Turismo DD Extreme would have been a good pick here, but it's just a tad over budget, so unless it's on sale or you can find a second-hand one, definitely go for that. Moza returns too with the R9 V3 and the CS V2P bundle, which costs €579, but this doesn't include pedals. But there's no worries there, as adding the SRP2 pedals pushes the cost to about €728. But for €848, you can get the R12 V2 with the same CP V2P wheel and additional pedals. Thrustmaster also has the T818, which is the company's flagship, a 10Nm direct drive powerhouse, which is sold as a base, so add-ons will be needed. But with the cheapest parts available, your base wheel and pedals will set you back about €979. And how could I forget the return of Logitech to this section with their RS50 wheel. This is an 8Nm direct drive wheel with their trademarked True Force feature. This is a relatively new powerhouse of a steering wheel with Fanatec matching compatibility. It comes with a base and a separate steering wheel, but you will need the additional RS pedals, which will bring your total cost to around €799. And that's my list of all the different wheels that you can buy, and at each different price point. I am aware that there are literally so many wheels and bundles out there, so a good bit of research was required for this video, and I know for certain I've probably missed one or two. But ultimately, whatever wheel you choose, it's important to note that sim racing can be hard. It requires patience, learning and resilience. But once you nail these, it's all uphill from there. And lastly, while you're racing, make sure you're having fun too. So, what do you think? What sim racing tips do you have? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, please consider liking, sharing and subscribing. And finally, thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you all very soon.